Welcome back. So I also want to kind of change another thing right here. Right now we're returning just a promise down here. Now I don't want to do that anymore. I actually want to return the actual metadata. So I'm going to try and convert this a little bit and pipe it so that we return the right thing. Now step one is pretty much just going to be that right here we're piping and we're going to use the switch map. And in the switch map we have the metadata available right here. Now we're going to actually pipe inside a pipe, and that's something new, but let's do it anyway. So you'll notice right here that this is actually a promise that is being returned right here. And again, if you're in doubt, you can pretty much always click your way into the actual function, and you'll notice right here the return type is actually a promise of the type any. So that pretty much means that I can go into my service and I can actually wrap this guy inside a from, or to be even more precise, I could use the defer if I want to make sure that a promise isn't executed too soon. So I'll just wrap this in a defer right here. And let's just do the same thing like we did before. I'm not going to use the factory for anything, but we have to kind of put it in here. There we go. Now we have the defer, and that should pretty much be enough. Let's just try and get the end. There we go. So now we have the defer, and we can actually use the defer now. So this is now an observable, and this is where it kind of gets a little bit complex, because now we have an observable inside a pipe right here. There's the new observable right here, and then we're actually going to use that observable to do another pipe. So now you have a pipe in the pipe, and I'm showing you this because you can keep doing this if you want to. There's a lot of ways to handle this, but I just kind of want to point out right here that you're not bound to only piping once. You can keep adding pipes and pipes and stuff like that. So you have some crazy possibilities with this, but try not to go too far into the pipes and pipes, because it'll just be harder to read in the end. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to map this, and here we're going to get the file ref back. We could use that for something, and we might later. And then the final thing I want to do is pretty much just, instead of returning that, I'm going to return the metadata that we have up here, the file meta, sorry. So there we go. So that's pretty much all I had to do. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to save the file. I'm going to switch to another request that's going to call and put this actual file up there, upload it, and when it's done, it's going to grab the data, and instead of returning the file reference, it's actually going to return the file metadata, right? So that's kind of the steps. You can go and read this code and see if you can figure it out. It's not that complex when you start getting the mindset of observables, and it's pretty powerful what we can do with it. Now we're going to change this later, but let's just keep it like this for now, because it pretty much now can return to me the metadata that was just created. So let's try and use it inside our subscribe right here. Hopefully I get back some metadata now, and we're going to use that metadata. For now, let's just add a debugger right here, because we can then use that for whatever we want, popping up and saying congratulations, you created your file, or whatever you want to do with this metadata right here. Let's try and actually upload a file again. I'll choose a file right here. Let's just pick this one, and it'll pop up again with the breakpoint, and this time we will actually see some metadata in here. Let's just try and do it once more, because I just misclicked the debugger. So there we go, we upload the file, we hit the debugger, and if you notice right here, now you actually have the actual metadata with the ID of the actual file you just uploaded. And another thing you need to notice is you'll not get to this breakpoint right here until the metadata is uploaded to database and the file is uploaded to the storage. So you know when you get to this point, you're done, and you can pop up with a dialog saying congratulations, you uploaded your file. So the next lesson, the next step is going to be us adding the image to the product, so we have some kind of product image available. So we're going to try and bind the image and add it to the actual product when we're creating it. That's it for this lesson. See you next time. Have fun.